Oh, this looks pretty straightforward, Chris.
Looks a little bit loose to me, Steve. Just go steady.
It's easy, absolutely easy.
What are you doing?
Oh, exactly what am I doing? Yes, an innocuous looking climb, a simple climb failed. And not only do you spoil the flow for yourself, you spoil it for others behind you too.
How on earth do you recover from a failed climb?
Well, Chris, first things first, I was on the right line, I was in the right gear. All I'm going to do now is just restart my climb, but it's not quite as straightforward as that.
No, it's not.
I think number one is actually get your seat down so you're not trying to mount the bike, get your leg over, get your seat down so it's nice and easy. And what it also does, gives you a good low centre of gravity. If you've got your seat up, you're actually perched up there, probably unlikely to put your feet on the ground. And if you have a look, you're actually quite limited in your body movements, especially rearwards when you've got the seat up. However, if you put that seat down, you can actually move your body forwards and backwards a lot more than with the seat up. And that's important because when you start off on a steep climb, you need to be weighting your front and your rear tyre to get that sweet spot when you go on a climb. So seat down, and then you can put the seat up when you get further up.
To add to that tips from Steve, I think it's all about body position too. If you've got your seat jacked up and you're above the bike, straight armed, it's really easy if the back wheel's got grip to actually loop the bike out like that. So if you drop your seat, get the weight over the front of the handlebars, drop your elbows, almost try and chew your handlebars, get the weight over the front wheel to stop it looping out. If you've got the grip, that should be the best way to climb up that hill.
That's a crazy technique. Well, we made that look pretty simple, right?
Yeah, nice tip, Steve, loving that.
However, we've both got flat pedals. What about if you clipped in? No, I don't clip in.
I don't clip in.
You don't clip in, but I've seen people topple over. How about this? How about you simply grab your mate behind,
Yep.
who's holding you up.
Right.
So you've got all the time in the world.
So you clipped in.
Clipped in or flat pedals or whatever. But
Yeah.
you're set. You've got this balance point there with your
Right.
mate, and you simply just push off.
But Steve, what about me? How do I start?
Oh, crikey, well just grab something else supportive. What about that tree next to you?
Ah, good idea.
Try that. So easy.
So just lean on it.
Lean on it and away you go.
What, and then put my foot on?
Yeah, go. Ah. Not that tree, this tree. I said grab the tree, not the flinking bush. Just grab a nice strong tree. This happens to be a birch, and away you go.
So on those steeper, faster climbs, you might come in a higher gear than you might need if you come to a stop. So a really nice hack for you is to use your walk button to change the gear into an easier gear. All you need to do is just engage your walk button, change up to an easier gear. That way, you're not going to run the risk of snapping a chain or skipping a gear. So it's all in first, change up to boost mode, get your foot in the right position, and you're in a nice, easy gear.
I like it, Chris, I like it. Another important consideration if you're starting off on steep, loose ground is your angle or your trajectory when you're going to go back up that climb. For example, I'm here pointing straight up the hill. It's going to be very, very difficult to start off in this position. So I've now moved my bike to a 45-degree angle relative to the hill. And what I'm going to do is start off really smoothly, make sure I get the arc done first, and then gradually increasing my momentum so you just build your way up that hill.
A nice tip, Steve, really like that technique, but remember it shouldn't be an all-out explosion of power. If you do that, you're going to wheel spin, probably blow your line. There's a really advanced technique, and I like to call it the clutch back brake technique. Basically, you're letting the power of the motor deliver to the back wheel, but you're monitoring it with the back brake and the delivery of that power. All you need to do is activate the downstroke of the pedal whilst holding onto that back brake, and you'll feel the motor loaded, and then just gently let it go whilst feathering the back brake, and you're away up the hill and increase the power.
So there you go, an encyclopedia on how to restart a failed hill climb. Just want to add something, Chris, maybe tyre pressure and tyre choice to that is really important.
Definitely, that's a really good one. I think if you're struggling all the time on the climbs, then you might be running your tyres a little bit harder. But before that even happens, I think looking ahead on the trail, picking a line, picking where the grip is vitally important.
And finally, if all else fails, simply go back down the hill and try it again. And if that fails, go back down the hill and try that again, because that is actually the great part about e-biking, is conquering all these climbs, right?
Learning, learning from your mistakes, advanced techniques, getting time on the bike, it's going to make all those climbs a lot easier.
And that's it. Let us know your comments, or if you've got any questions about hill climbing, let us know in the comments box below.
And if you've enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe to EMBN by clicking this globe in the middle of us here.
And what else we got in terms of climbing? The slab?
The slab, and we got the unclimbable rock as well. We did it out in the middle of the Wales, really big rock slab as well. That's a cool technique.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and see you next time.